Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are beginning a new chapter. Brahma satisfies Lord Shiva. In the beginning we are seeing here Maitreya Rishi explains to Vidura, Athadeva gana sarve rudrani kai parajitaha. All the Devaganas, the host of demigods who had assembled in the sacrificial arena of Daksha, what happened to them? Rudrani kai parajitaha. They were defeated. By whom? By the associates or followers of Lord Shiva. Rudra Anikaha. The soldiers of Lord Shiva. They were defeated. Then, how they were defeated? Shula Pattisha Nistrimsha Gada Parigha Mudgaraihi. Different kinds of weapons holding a shula or a pattisha, that is a sword, hammer-like weapon, mudgara, and all sancha, gada, parigha, different kinds of weapons. Sanchinna bhinna sarvangaha. Their entire body were full of wounds. Their different parts of the body, limbs, were all severely wounded. Saritvik sabhya bhayakulaha. Saritvik, along with the priests, the sabhya, the people who had assembled there, bhaya akulaha, with full of fear, full of anxiety. Swayambhuve namaskritya, they went to the abode of Lord Brahma, Swayambhuva, and namaskritya, offering him obeisances, due respects. Kartsnyena etan nyavedayan. Kartsnyena meaning in detail. Etan, all the things what happened at the sacrificial arena of Daksha. Sarvan etan kartsnyena, in great detail. Nyavedayan. They submitted or they reported. They went and reported to Lord Brahma what all took place in the sacrificial arena of Daksha. So if we recollect what all took place, so many things happened. Mother Sati came there without being invited. She was thinking of making a truce between her husband and her father. Anyhow, it's my father's place. Is it that I require invitation to go there? Let me go. And if possible, like somehow, if the tension between my father and husband, if it can be mitigated, she made an attempt. But Daksha was so hard-hearted that he did not care for her. To such an extent that she gave up her body, and Daksha did not try to rescue her or try to stop her from doing such a thing. So now, this particular incident which happened during this sacrifice, it's not the only thing. Before that, so many things have happened. Before, some earlier sacrifices were also, like the invitation was not sent to Lord Shiva. Why? Because previous to that, in another sacrifice, Lord Shiva, when Daksha entered the hall, he did not stand up to show him respect. Daksha gets offended and starts cursing Lord Shiva and his associates, speaks so much in an offensive way against Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, he did not retaliate or do anything, just left the hall. But the associates of Lord Shiva, they took up, they counter-cursed Daksha and all the other Brahmanas who were present there. So all of these things finally ended by Mother Sati giving up her body. And as a reaction to that, Lord Shiva becomes very angry. He creates Veerabhadra just through one of his hair, plucking out from one hair from his head. And this Veerabhadra comes to the sacrificial arena of Daksha and he just smashes it. All the associates of Lord Shiva, they surround the entire place. They threaten all the people there. Continuous shower of stones. And with all these whatever instruments given in this verse, they just baffled all the devatas and the priests who had assembled there. And finally Veerabhadra, he chopped off the head of Daksha and offered it as an oblation in the sacrificial fire which Daksha himself was performing. And with that, the previous chapter ended. So all of these things in great detail, the devatas who were all being wounded severely in their bodies went to the abode of Brahma and narrated to him, reported to him. So then Maitreya Rishi says, Upalabhya puraivaitad, pura eva etad, upalabhya. Upalabhya means knowing. Pura eva. Already these things were known. To whom? Bhagavan abja sambhavaha. Abja sambhavaha. Abja means lotus. One who is born in a lotus, Lord Brahma. So this was known. These such things would occur was known by Lord Brahma. Only Brahma knew it? No. Narayanascha Vishvatma. Even the Supreme Lord Narayana, he also knew all these things would occur in the future. Na kasya advaram iyatuhu. Lord Brahma, Lord Narayana, they were very clear what would happen in future in the arena of Daksha. So they did not accept the invitation and come and participate in the sacrificial ceremony of Daksha. Both Lord Brahma and Vishnu had already known that such events would occur in the sacrificial arena of Daksha, and knowing beforehand, they did not go to the sacrifice. Here, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says this verse from the Bhagavad Gita. Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjuna. Krishna says, Veda aham, I know. What do I know? Samatitani vartamanani cha Arjuna. I know all the things whatever happened in the past. Also I know what is bound to happen in the future. Vedaham samatitani vartamanani cha Arjuna. Bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana. I know the past, present and future, but no one knows me in full. Nobody can understand me, know me in full. But I know everything about whatever has happened in the past, in the present and in the future. In the 4th chapter also, if you recollect, Krishna says this to Arjuna. O Arjuna, I remember all the things what had happened in the past, but you don't remember. What is the reason Krishna gives for that? Yes, keeps on changing the body. I do not change my body, but you keep on changing your body. So you forget whatever has happened in the past. But I remember everything. I don't change my body. See, this is the position of Krishna. He knows everything. Srila Prabhupada says, how does the Supreme Lord know about the future? What is bound to happen? Since because He knows the past and present, easily He can predict the future. He clearly knows what has happened in the past and is fully aware of what's happening now in the present, so He can easily predict what will happen in the future. In Daksha's case, if we apply this, Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu or Narayana, they clearly knew what had happened in Daksha's arena. How Daksha had offended Lord Shiva. Mother Sati coming to trying to rectify the situation. Still, even though she was his pet daughter, Daksha was so hard-hearted. And it is clear, such an offender is bound to suffer the consequences. He will not be left like that. So all these things were predicted by Brahma and Lord Narayana. So they did not come and participate in the sacrifice of Daksha. But all the other devatas, everyone, the Brahmanas, the priests, everyone, they went, and the result, they're seeing their whole bodies completely being wounded, fighting, and all those things have taken place there, and now they are coming and reporting. So here, we'll take up the discussion of how the Lord has predicted what will happen, just like we regularly quote this verse, Krite yadhyayato Vishnum Tretayam Yajato Makhaihi Dvapare Paricharyayam Kalau Tad Harikirtanat. Different ages, different methodologies for performing activities connected with the Supreme Lord are recommended for our spiritual advancement. In the Kali Yuga, people are most fallen, so a special concession is given just by chanting the holy names of the Lord. All the benefit what was available during the other previous ages, a person can receive that benefit. It is mentioned, likewise the Lord Himself appears as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and propagates this method of Sankirtana. Now, if we do not take benefit of this Yuga Dharma, the religious principle given by the Supreme Lord Himself for this particular age, if we don't take shelter of this Yuga Dharma, what will happen in the future? What are the things which we will be bound to see in the future at the end of Kali Yuga? So it is good that we recollect these facts which are mentioned in the 12th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam about what are the things which a person is bound to see in the future at the end of Kali Yuga. Tataschanudinam dharmaha satyam shaucham kshamadaya kalena balina rajan nangshanti ayur balam smritihi. So all of these things will diminish day by day. What all? Religion, truthfulness, cleanliness, tolerance, mercy, duration of life, physical strength and memory will all diminish day by day. When I had a discussion about this, like say duration of life is decreasing, immediately some students, they argued, no, because of science, because of so much of medicines and many things, scientific advancement, technological advancement, lifespan has increased. Of course, their parameters may be different, the number of people, so many different things taking into consideration. But overall, these temporary ups and downs may be there. But through the authority of Bhagavatam, we should be fully convinced. Just like even in case of Daksha and the associates of Lord Shiva, what happened at one point of time? The associates of Lord Shiva, they went to attack Daksha. Bhrigu Muni, he created Ribhu Devatas by chanting some specific mantra from the Rig Veda, and he was able to create so many innumerable Ribhu Devatas, and all of them, they counter-attacked the associates of Lord Shiva and they drove them away from the sacrificial arena. So it appeared that, oh, Lord Shiva and his party were defeated. Daksha and his party won over. See, that was a time which happened like that. They were all driven away. They couldn't do anything. It appeared that Daksha won. But all these ups and downs, success, failure, jaya, apajaya, labha, alabha, Krishna says these things in the Bhagavad Gita. These are all temporary ups and downs. But finally, what will happen? It's given here. Cleanliness, truthfulness, duration of life, physical strength, memory, everything will diminish day by day. Vittam eva kalau nrinam janmachara gunodayaha. Wealth alone will be considered the sign of a man's good birth, proper behavior and fine qualities. See, people will be so much behind money. Why? It's only if they possess money, they will be considered, oh, he is a person of good behavior, he is a person of good aristocracy, he is a person of good qualities. He doesn't have money, he doesn't have any quality, he is fit for nothing. This is the consideration which people will come into in Kali Yuga. I think already these things we are seeing. See, the Lord knows the past, the present, so He knows this is what will happen in the future. Likewise, few more things. Dharma Nyaya Vyavasthayam Karanam Balamevahi. Law and justice will be applied only on the basis of one's power. If one is powerful, if one is influential, law, justice, yes, everything is for him. He doesn't have power. He doesn't have much he is not influential. Then the law and justice will act against him. This is what will happen. Then Dampatye Abhiruchir Hetur. Men and women will live together merely because of superficial attraction. See, external bodily features they get attracted to, and just based on that they live together. Mayaiva Vyavaharike. Success in business will depend on deceit. Deceit meaning telling lies or cheating propensity, to cheat someone. If at all in Kali Yuga you want to be a successful businessman, then you should know how to cheat others. You don't know how to cheat others, you cannot be successful in conducting your business. This is what it will come up to. Then Stritve pumstve cha hi rater. Womanliness and manliness will be judged according to one's expertise in sex life. Oh, he is a man, he is a woman. If we say like this, how much expert they are in sex life, that's what will decide. Not their qualities, not their attributes, their other tendencies, nothing will be considered. Expertise in sex life, that will be taken as a parameter for a person to be branded as a man or a woman. Then Vipratve Sutramevahi. A man will be known as a Brahmana just by his wearing a thread. See these externals. Any person goes and purchases one sacred thread and puts on himself without any qualities, without practicing the required activities connected to it, the Brahminical culture, nothing. Just this external thread they have, he is considered as a Brahmana. Still today it's happening in many temples, few places I have heard. They'll check, oh, the thread is there, then they'll be allowed for prasadam, whatever, in that way. Otherwise, no. They'll be discriminated based on wearing thread or not. Then, Lingam evashrama khyata anyonyapatti karanam. A person's spiritual order will be ascertained merely according to external symbols and change also on the same basis. See, meaning what? A person's external, whatever the dress, what he wears, the kind of hairstyle, the way he decorates himself, this will ascertain a person's spiritual order. A person is wearing a big matted hairs, locked hairs on top of his head, big beard is there, big something is wearing on his neck. Through that, he's a very big, some spiritual person, renowned person. So these things we have seen. And that's what it says. Just according to external symbols. And a person, say from one religion, from these external symbols, he changes to the symbols of another religion or another caste or creed, whatever, and immediately he'll be identified through that. The conclusion is that a man will be known only through his external symbols, not considering what is there in his consciousness, not ascertaining what he speaks. This is what happens. Then, avritya nyaya daurbalyam. One who has no money will be unable to get justice. Whatever court he goes, lower court, high court, supreme, wherever he goes, if he doesn't have money, he will not get justice. If at all he wants to get justice, he should have sufficient money with him. Then, panditye chapalam vachaha. One who is very clever at juggling words will be considered a learned scholar. See, earlier Chanakya Pandit, different meaning he had given for who is a Pandita. Matruvat paradareshu, one who sees all women except his wife as his mother. Paradravyeshu loshtravat, one who sees another's property as loshtra, as a straw in the street, not interested in it. And atmavat sarva bhuteshu, how if someone injures me, how I will feel pain. Similarly, others also, they also feel pains and pleasures. They are also like me. So one who considers these things, he is a real Pandita. But over a period of time in Kali Yuga, what will happen? That person who is clever at juggling words, who can speak nicely, who can make all kinds of word jugglery, he will be considered as a real Pandita, very learned man. Then, anadhya eva asadhutve. A person will be judged unholy if he does not have money. See again, 2-3 points related to money only. If you don't have money, you are unholy. You are not at a fit for anything. That's how a person will be considered. Then, sadhutve damba evatu. Hypocrisy will be accepted as virtue. Hypocrisy meaning one thing inside and another thing outside. That actually, like say saintly people, real Brahmana, meaning what? He's straightforward. He's Bhagavad Gita speaks about this. Arjavam, all those things. He's transparent. But those things will be looked down. A person who is very hypocritic, he will be considered as very virtuous. Oh, very nice person. Then, svikara eva cha udvahe. Marriage will be arranged simply by verbal agreement. One boy, one girl, they come together, some verbal agreement happens, and now legally also they go sign on some papers, whatever, in front of a notary. Marriage is done. This is how marriages will take place, just on verbal agreement. Then, snanam eva prasadhanam. A person will think he is fit to appear in public if he has merely taken a bath. Of course, now people taking bath also, people have reduced. But still he considers taking a bath and coming, whatever, is ready for appearing in public. Just like here, the specific details are that, just like usually, women, they wear nice ornaments, decorate themselves. Devotees wear tilak and come, see? And over a period of time, people, they'll not, give importance for all of these things. Just like someone, devotees take bath, come without wearing a tilak, immediately we chastise him. But at the end of Kali Yuga, it's common. They don't want to wear tilak also. It will become like that. Dure vari ayanam tirtham. Sacred place means travel far away, take bath in a river, come back. My tirtha yatra is over. Not considering going, meeting saintly persons there, hearing from them, no consideration. Lavanyam Keshadharanam, having long hairs, that will be considered as a parameter of beauty. A person is having very long hairs and hairs are very nicely taken care. Oh, he is a very beautiful person. This is a symptom of Kali Yuga. Udaram Bharata Swartaha, filling the belly will become the goal of life. What is the goal of life? Work hard, earn money, have sufficient food, eat them nicely. Life is successful. Udaram Bharanam becomes the goal of life. Satyatve Dharshyamevahi, one who is audacious will be accepted as truthful. Who speaks audaciously, whatever he speaks, people will start considering it as being truthful, not going for verifying it. Dakshyam Kutumba Bharanam, a person is able to maintain one family, he will be considered as a daksha, expert person, because people will not be in a position to maintain their family also in the Kali Yuga. Yasho Arthe Dharma Sevanam, principles of religion will be observed only for the sake of reputation. So likewise it goes on. The earth, I'll not just quickly, I'll summarize the remaining things. The earth will become very overcrowded with corrupt population, Varna Sankara. And then all the social orders will become topsy-turvy. The Varnashrama system will not be there. Yo bali bhavitan rapaha. Anyone among the social orders, Shudra, even a less than a Shudra, somehow acquires, he becomes powerful and he takes up the political power into his hands. And then what will happen? All the kings will become almost like thieves. In such a condition, people will give up their wives and children, simply they run away to the forests, take shelter of some caves, eating some roots, flesh and whatever fruits available in the forest. People have to suffer severely from cold, wind, heat. Everything will become extreme. And santapsyate cha chintaya, quarrels, hunger, thirst, disease, and above all of these things, severe anxiety, mental anxiety they suffer from. And then maximum duration of life will be 50 years and not more than that. Trimshat Vimshati Varshani. Trimshat means 30, Vimshati 20, 30 plus 20. That will be the maximum duration of life for a person in Kali Yuga. So like this it goes on, speaking about Varnashrama, how thieves, stealing, lying, violence, everything. The cows will become the size of goats. Cow we have seen, goat we have seen. The cow will become very small like goats. And then big trees, the biggest tree will be like a dwarf shani tree. The tree sizes also will reduce. People will almost become like asses, like donkeys. Then, after all of these things, finally it is said, Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the spiritual master of all moving and non-moving living beings, and the Supreme Soul of all, takes birth to protect the principles of religion and to relieve his saintly devotees. The Supreme Lord will appear as Kalki and he'll annihilate all such miscreants to protect his devotees. And again a period of Satya Yuga will begin. So this cycle will go on and on. The fight what we are seeing, once the party of Daksha won over, another time Lord Shiva won over, these ups and downs fighting will be there, success, failure will be there. Just like Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, the competition will be there. Sometimes Sattva Guna will predominate, sometimes Tamoguna will predominate. Nobody can stop these things. But amidst all these things, there are great lessons for us to learn as devotees. So here in this particular case, So it was very clear to Lord Brahma and Lord Narayana that Lord Shiva, being offended in such a manner, Daksha will have to face the reaction. Not only Daksha, all of his associates. So they did not go for the sacrificial arena. So likewise, for us also, Kali Yuga, the situation, circumstances, so many ups and downs are there, so many plus and minuses will be there. Ultimately, what do we want? Somehow or the other, we have come in touch with a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada, having gotten the teachings, message of Lord Chaitanya, the Yuga Dharma, we have got an opportunity to practice it in the association of devotees. Somehow or the other, sit tightly and continue the journey. If we become intolerant, if we become disturbed by so many things, what may be happening, we may miss out this opportunity. So nicely take up to this Yuga Dharma, chant Hare Krishna, become purified and focus on going back to Godhead. Otherwise, all of these ups and downs, all these things what we are seeing, what has been, whatever foretold will happen, we will be bound to see all these things in the future. Otherwise, we'll end with this. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki,